Why the US dollar rules the world, explained simply. Imagine a global checkpoint where every country must pass to trade. No matter what currency they carry, rupees, yen, euros, they must first exchange it for a common pass. Only then, they can buy oil, goods, and services. In the real world, that pass is the US dollar, and the system behind it shapes the global economy. In 1944, during the Bretton Woods Agreement, countries created a stable global system. The United States made a key promise. It would convert dollars into gold at a fixed rate. 1 ounce of gold was equal to 35 US dollars. This meant the dollar had real value because it was linked to gold. Countries trusted the dollar because they could exchange it for something physical. After World War II, many countries depended on the United States for goods. They paid in gold or stored gold in US banks. Over time, the US held the largest gold reserves in the world. But as the global economy grew, problems started. The United States began spending more money on wars, development, and global influence. More dollars were created, but gold supply remained limited. Countries started asking for gold instead of holding dollars. In 1971, the US stopped converting dollars into gold. This event is known as the Nixon shock. The dollar was no longer backed by gold, but the world continued using it. Today, the dollar is not backed by gold. It is backed by trust in the US economy. This makes the dollar the most widely used currency in the world. The United States also raises money by issuing bonds. A bond is simply a loan from investors to the government. You give money to the US government, it promises to return it later with interest. Because the US economy is trusted, investors around the world buy these bonds. This allows the US to borrow money at lower cost compared to most countries. Because the dollar is used globally, changes in the US economy affect everyone. If the US increases interest rates, investors move money into the US. The dollar becomes stronger. Other currencies weaken. This makes imports more expensive for other countries. If inflation rises in the US, global prices may increase. Markets become unstable. The dollar is not just money. It is a global signal. The system works both ways. When countries trade in dollars, when central banks hold dollar reserves, when investors choose US markets, all these actions increase demand for the dollar. The dollar is strong because the world keeps using it. Global conflicts can also affect the economy. Tensions involving countries like the United States, Israel, and Iran can influence markets. Oil prices may rise. Trade uncertainty increases. Investors move to safe assets like the dollar. These are not always immediate crises, but they create global economic pressure. This raises an important question. Should the world depend on one country's currency? A possible solution is a global digital currency. Technologies like blockchain can help build such systems. Unlike Bitcoin, which behaves like an asset, a global currency must be stable and predictable. The US dollar became powerful through history, trust, and global usage. But the future may belong to a system where no single country controls global trade, a common, stable, and trusted medium for all nations. Because the true power of money is not control,